Tuesday night is one of the most special nights we have all year. I think that to be able to sit in that room with so many champions and like you were saying, so many amazing stories. It's great. It's great. You get to spend time with with your fellow players and friends and talk about all kinds of things going in life with your family, with your game, with the week, and you get to hear some really cool stories from everyone, but mostly from the older guys. It's always great fun to hear some of the stories from like the 60s and 70s and how they were playing the course and things like that. So none in particular, obviously, but it's I think it's a treat. I think that it's a very unique little club that you get to be a part of, and we always look forward to it.
I've only been to one dinner, so looking forward to this one. I mean, I only know the stories from the last one, right? I think it was April 9th when we had the dinner, which was the anniversary of. It would have been Sevi's birthday, so a lot of that dinner was Sevi focused. Now having Ollie there, sharing stories of what happened and things that Sevi did is really incredible. But I think it was really cool how everybody in the room kind of came together, started sharing stories that was Ryder Cup based or Sevi based, and it was really fun for me to see a player that's kind of known for being quiet, Bernhard Langer, almost take over, and he couldn't wait to tell his next story and just keep on going and going and going to the point where somebody had to say, okay, let Ollie speak because he might have a few better ones, right? But Bernhard just kind of took over and started sharing stories, and that was really cool. That was really special. I heard things I'd never heard before, and just to be in that room when you have some of the greatest, if not the greatest champions in the history of the game, just listening to him share the stories of Sevi was quite special. And if every dinner is like that, then yeah, I mean, I don't know how you can top that one, but that was quite incredible.
Yeah, I think the older guys, like Gary Player's a great storyteller, and he's got some great stories that he shared. Bob Golby, Jack Nicklaus, like when they talk, their stories are incredible. Bernhard, Olafable, they have, when they, I think that's my favorite part of the dinner is kind of during dessert, guys will kind of stand up and tell some stories. I remember Palmer. I wish they would videotape those guys tell some stories, because it's so much better coming from them than hearing it secondhand. But I remember a story that Palmer used to tell me when we played one time. I'm not sure if he shared it at the dinner or not, but he really looked up to Ben Hogan. Like, that was a big thing for him, and he had an opportunity to play a practice round with him just prior to the 56 Masters, and he had just won a tournament Sunday. And he drove all night. He drove like 8 hours to get to Augusta to play a practice round with Ben Hogan, Dow Finsterwall, and I think I forget who the fourth was. And so they go out and play, and Arnold's tired. He hadn't slept, and he just won, and he's emotionally spent, and he kind of hit it everywhere. He kind of slapped it around, and he overheard as they finished the round and they're having lunch, and he goes to wash his hands or whatnot. He kind of hears Hogan say, "How did that kid get into this tournament?" And like that really got him upset. And he said, he never called me Arnie, he never called me Palmer, he always called me kid. He said, I never liked that. And he said, that really spurred me on. Like, I was determined to show him, and he went out and won that year. And it just gave him that like little edge, like, I'm going to go show him, what I'm doing here. And that little comment that he overheard kind of spurred him on, and hearing me tell is not anything like hearing it from Arnold. Like, that guy could really tell some stories. But I thought that was always an interesting take, because he had that little extra motivation.